viewer out there, and welcome on the program Journalist Perspective on Ekiti Television. Journalist Perspective is a program designed for journalists to come together to have one or two ideas, to share ideas as regards issues that are current in our society, in the country, from all sectors of the country. You know, as you all know, journalists, they are always busy reporting issues, be it crime or whatever event, but they don't have, at the point of assignment, they do not have a say. This is a program that is designed to allow the journalists to come together, to share their ideas, the way they feel as regards some issues that are happening in our society. And it is on this note that we shall be looking at a particular, in our country today, as we speak, 2027 is at hand. Our politicians, our political office holders, they are moving around, taking necessary steps to make sure that 2027 they realize their dream. A lot of events are happening in the political cycle. Coalition of some politicians coming together to form a political party. We are aware of that. Then even recently, just last week, we have a really progressive party, and events happened. The chairman of the party resigned just last week. I'm talking about Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje resigned from the party on head ground. And also in the PDP yesterday, the party that has been in disarray since 2023 general election, presidential general election, they seems to be coming together now to be united so that they can have a say in 2027. So that is also there. Going to Rivers State also, we see a political issue in Rivers State. As we speak, we have a state of emergency declared by the President Bola Tinubu in Rivers State due to some political unrest there. So then we have the suspended governor Fubara being reunited with his political godfather, that is the federal FCT minister Wike. So all these things put together, these are what we shall be looking at today. I am Olushola Thomas, and my guest, to do justice, we share ideas together on this program, is Ademola Adeleke. Demola, good evening.
Good evening, Olushola. I was about to ask if I'm a guest on this program. I'm not your guest. I'm not a guest. We are just here to share ideas and share opinions on what we think in the trending in the political scape, in the political world. So I think this afternoon, what are we looking at? Where are we starting from this afternoon? I think let's start from the coalition. I guess the coalition will be the first topic that we'll be treating on the program this evening. The coalition. I was talking with someone. The coalition, as it is it coalition? Are they for Nigerians or they are for themselves? The coalition. Those behind the coalition, the Atiku of this world, the OB, the El-Rufai. What are they looking at? What are they after? What is it about this coalition? Is it against Tinubu or for Tinubu or for themselves?
These are a lot of questions. I think they might be the real people, the actors should be able to answer these questions. But then we only suggest or we only guess, because looking at the antecedents of the personalities involved, we know El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State. We know Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State, and former presidential aspirant of a particular party, Labour Party. We also know Atiku, former vice president. The list is
Atiku, the Turaki of Adama. I wanted to remember that name that we gave him in one circle like that. Atiku, the presidential candidate of the remaining presidential candidate of PDP. He has been presidential candidate once, twice. It's not the fifth time now.
So they actually know what they are after. Well, ordinary Nigeria will feel maybe they want the President Tinubu to be out in 2027, but the antecedents, I think that is what people are actually giving. That's what actually giving people some sort of reservation as the pedigree of these people. Are they actually sincere with this coalition?
Yes, let's talk about El-Rufai. had it been the NFI was made minister then, would he have been behind this coalition of 18? You know, we have been behind coalition now. To some people, they feel it's like kind of payback time. Like it's time to pay back to President Bola Tinubu in his coins somehow. You know, talk about Atiku. You know, Atiku has been the what's it called? The Methuselah of presidential candidate, being presidential candidate of party, and going first, second, and third, fourth time, you know. So are they really after the coalition of it? Are they really after the betterment of Nigerians, or they after the betterment of themselves?
Yes, definitely. I feel, to me, some people believe they are actually after the position, that is the power, the name former president, to be referred to as former president or as former president, a chief commander of the armed forces. You know, that title is very mighty. So really the chief. So it is mighty. Some of these people, to me, they want that title. They want to be referred to. You know, people love power to be referred to as. And also looking at El-Rufai. Yeah, you said something just now that actually he was appointed, he succeeded. Yes. Actually, was it the fault of the president? The president nominated him. I think he was there for screening. Yes. But the screening, the lawmakers, they know what actually they are in the best position.
I think it was a petition from his states. They petitioned him from his states, and that was why.
You know, and I think one of the reasons he was rejected there was the activities of bandits when he was the governor of the state. If we are to go back to his performance as minister of FCT, we know many people he had enemies. Being the minister of FCT then during President Olusegun Obasanjo's era. Later, because he became a governor of a state. And looking at, I think he started from PDP. He started from PDP. Yes, he started under PDP as a minister, under Obasanjo as a minister. Thereafter, he crossed. So they now being in alliance with forming another party in a coalition. So people out there, Nigerians, they believe it's a payback time, as you earlier said. As for Atiku, some people believe that Atiku at this level, he should be a godfather. He shouldn't be actually
involved anymore. Being the presidential candidate for first, second, third time.
So people believe that he should just be there. Okay, let us use this person, and that is why. The question you raised the other time, are they actually interested in the welfare, the well-being of Nigerians? So maybe after the formation, if the party is actually approved at the end of the day,
you mean the ADA?
Yes, is actually approved as a political party in Nigeria, and eventually they want to bring out a presidential candidate. That is when I believe that will be the appropriate time to answer that question.
Maybe probably that was why Obi had to come out yesterday update for us say that he will be running for presidency, but running for a term. It's a good time. Probably he was trying to go a bit ahead before Atiku comes out to say I am going for a presidency, because he knows those people who are after power, just like you said the other time. Obi is after power, Atiku is after power. Now, let's assume the INEC now register their party. Who will be the presidential candidate of that party? Is he Obi? Is he Atiku?
That's a rhetorical question for now. Only the actors can answer that question, because they need to come together. Unlike the alliance the APC had.
Yes.
You know that that of APC was somehow regional. We have NNPC, Buhari was in some parts of the
CPC
there, AD, ACN in the southwest,
yes.
And the breakaway from PDP Saraki, the Amechi of this world.
Yes.
So now coming together. So that was why that of APC was somehow very easy.
And in that, you have to give it to Tinubu on that merger of APC. You have to give it to Tinubu. He's a mathematician when it comes to politics. You know how to manipulate. You know how to go about calculating, and it will get to the bottom, like accurate.
Yes, apart from giving it to Tinubu being
the matter of APC
then, I think another thing that with political office politicians, another thing Nigerians should understand as regards wherever they are is being
perseverance.
Yes, that is the word, to persevere. You know, all this while Tinubu was, since 1999.
Yes, after his tenure as governor, yes.
He did not move from one place to another.
He was consistent about
it. One of our guests said Jompology. Political Jompology. He did not engage in political Jompology. So as like other politicians are involved in. So he stood firm.
Yeah.
Just one place. Though we had the party chameleons, we have chameleon from one name to another. So
and then before the merger, you know, when Tinubu with his party, then I think it was AD. You know, he was able to install some governors. Let me use that word now, if I'm allowed, to install some governors in the southwest, and that really helped him when they were forming APC, you know, just like you said, consistent perseverance, you know, it was because he was consistent and he has a focus. This is what I'm going to do in this party. He ensured that, okay, no, this party must be the party of the southwest, and he tried his best and he ensured that this will come to pass there. Then, you know, and that was what helped him when they were when they were merging all the parties, the CPC of this world and whatever. Before he single-handedly, let me put it that way, if I'm allowed, single-handedly installed Buhari, because he said it. You know, he said when he was campaigning, during this his own campaign in
2023, before ahead of
2023 election, you know, he said it at Ogun that he installed the former president, Mohamed Buhari then. You know, just like you said, it's good to be faithful to one cause. When you believe in one cause, it's good to be faithful. I think that was what helped APC. Then I'm talking about this coalition.
That is a lesson politicians should also learn. A great lesson. I think, like you said, that he installed some people,
governors in the southwest.
I'm sure it was not only in the southwest. People have a political, they have all over the country.
Yes.
He assisted people.
Yes. Yes. If you get to the judiciary, you see his protege. If you get to the judiciary, if you get to the police, you get to talk of it. So
wherever you are, whatever position you find yourself, make sure you impact the lives of those who are around you. So, and also he played the role of, let's say, just be there. But you go. As an elderly person, I cannot do this exercise. But you, the younger one, you can do it. Go ahead of me. So just like now, at the end of the day, when he now came up to say I want to vie for presidency in 2023 general election, the course was clear because those he has assisted for a long time. They now came together. Okay, we will support you. This is the time for us to also help you because you've lost. And I
think that is a big lesson for these people forming coalition of a thing. I think they should learn a lesson from this. You know, just like we said the other time, after the registration of the party, what next? Those behind the coalition now, one of them, which is one of the actors, which is Peter Obi, has already said, no, I am running for presidency. You know, even before the formation of the party. Over the formation of the proposed party.
Still talking about Peter Obi. Maybe he's sitting on the fence for now. I think he's one of his legs still in the
Labour Party.
So he's still there at LP. He's also there in
coalition.
So maybe he's looking forward to see when eventually the coalition is formed. Looking at the caliber of people that are there, okay, are they the people I can work with?
Yeah.
So if they are the people, if they are the same like minds, then okay, let me join them. Eventually join them. If he has other reservation, he might just say, okay, let me stay put in LP and see if I'll be able to make it at the end of the day. But being in LP, I think the voters out there will judge.
They'll give you the umpire. But as it is, I don't see Atiku not going for presidency again in this their coalition of a thing. if eventually the other, I don't even know, something Action Democratic Alliance, if it's formed, I don't see Atiku not running from presidency.
Yeah, let us wait then. But to me, I feel, to many Nigerians, their feeling is that Atiku should just stay sponsor, like what Tinubu has been.
If Atiku sponsor, the age is no more on his side. If he doesn't run this time around, I don't think he will be able to.
Well, will it not be better for him to sponsor somebody? Maybe if the person succeeds, that would be a plus for him. We are talking about Tinubu now.
Yes.
So we can start pointing, okay, so governor, he was the one that presented so candidate as a governor of so state. He was so person in so not only in Southwest. So that we can't, because that we can't in his favor at the end of the day, than vying and not winning.
So in essence, you are advising Atiku to.
So we are advising not to vie for it. Because now I think he has started having problem. If you look at it, even from his state.
Yes.
Now the Turaki of the thing title that was
stripped off him.
So it was stripped up just last week.
But I think that thing that has nothing to do with politics anyway. I wouldn't know. Probably it might be a game anyway, but I don't think it's. The governor come out to say, and then that came out to say it wasn't political whatever, but anybody that must be the Turaki of that state must come from that state, like he said. But I don't. He has been the Turaki of the state for a long time. A very long time, yes.
As when he became the Turaki of that state just last month or last year, that will have been another thing. We are talking of alignments or realignments ahead of 2027. So people, Nigerians, they understand, to a large extent, they understand all our political class. There is always a reason for every action politicians take. So political office holders, there is undernet.
Why is that development coming at this time?
So meaning, to a large extent, many Nigerians will feel, and ordinary Nigerians will know that as, yes, even from his state, they are not supporting him. Something is happening.
Well, I think the man has his calculation is somehow a little bit. He knows how to find his way. During the 2022-2023 general election, when all odds were against him, then it was stated that the presidency should be zoned to the south. That was why the APC had to go for Tinubu, but Tinubu had to fight for that seat then. Even at that, the PDP just gave it to Atiku on the platter. I wouldn't say on the platter of gold. Their tickets.
I mean, the actual third party. We still are now.
Yes, and that was why we had to pathway and financial pathways and everybody had to leave the party. Then yes, you're right.
The same way the party there was division in the party during President Goodluck Jonathan ahead of that particular general election. 2015, if I'm not mistaken. So that was when the Amechis of this world said no, we will not support you. It was like play. The Saraki of this world, and they moved out. They pulled out of the party and they supported. I think that was the genesis of PDP's problem. Yes. So
as it is now, I know I am hoping, or let me say, I am believing that Atiku will also find his way to be the presidential candidate of ADA when the coalition really see the light of the day. So, moving ahead, what do we have next?
I think APC, there is the resignation of Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, the chairman of the party, just last week. I think it came as a shock. People were not actually expecting.
It was just like a magic, Well, all the same, it's all about 2027 general election. We know, and the resignation coming at a time that there are rumors that the vice president might not be paid. But the politicians, they know how to go about their thing when they are doing their calculations. And don't forget that the mathematician is on the seat presently. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a mathematician who knows how to, go when we talk about politics. So, and don't forget, after the presidential election, I think Tinubu was instrumental to Ganduje becoming the chairman of APC, and now resigning. Well, I don't think it's easy resigning like that. Though the Ganduje hinged his resignation on health grants.
Before now, we've never heard anything about as regards health issue against.
Maybe probably because it's not that public figure. Let me use public figure in quotes. Public figure in quotes. No. So not like being a former government. What I'm trying to say is not like president that you have to know all about his movements. Okay. You know, before now, we didn't hear much about Damagum.
Yeah.
Who is the chairman, national chairman of PDP. We wouldn't know probably he is in one hospital now receiving treatment. You know? So for them not to make Ganduje's health issue public before now, maybe because probably what he's holding now as a position is national chairman of a party. You know? Do we have national chairman of Labour Party now?
No.
Do we have national chairman of one PRP or PPP or CPC or whatever? You know, so we might not know of his health status before now, but coming on the ground that because I know that seat should be a juicy seat to be a national chairman of a party. My dear brother, enter any state too. So resignation. That is what I'm thinking.
I mean, apart from delving into the issue of maybe. Tinubu actually made him the chairman of that party. Then, you know, a lot of crisis. There were a lot of crises during that time. Even the governor there now, you know, the Kwankwaso, Rabi Kwankwaso Sada faction.
Kano State, right?
Kano State. And you know, even the governor, the sitting governor now, he had a lot of problems then during that election, And yes, Tinubu intervened, and eventually there was, let's say, peace. There was calm in the state up to this moment. Now, Ganduje resigned. Now, just as we were saying the other time, in Nigeria, politicians, before they take action, there will definitely be a reason for a particular action. Let us not forget that recently, you made reference to the insinuation that the vice president might not be picked as the running mate of.
That is what we hear. That is what we hear. That is what we read on PBS.
So now that happened. I think still to portray that the governor of Borno State, Zulum, once said because the vice president was not recognized as a vice president as a particular function, that the party will fail in particular Borno State and some other states. Now the chairman resigned. So people, the calculation of Nigeria, even the resignation letter, the announcement was made by the aide of the former president. One of the aides of former president.
That is Muhammadu
Buhari.
Yes.
So I will not say the hand of Jacob and the voice of Esau in all this. So there might be some other things that are underground that Nigerians are not aware of. Only the core politicians, only the core.
Yes. All I see is just towards 2027 election, you know, definitely there will be alignment and realignment. So, but one thing that I don't know is the resignation of the national chairman of the ruling party. For a ruling party, for you to resign as the national chairman of a ruling party, we haven't gotten to the heat period yet. You know, Tinubu's administration is just 2 years into office. Definitely, we know that definitely political activities are coming up gradually. But I think for the national chairman to resign, it should be around the third, or let's say the close to the election. You know, for him to resign. You know, resigning early. That's what I'm looking at. Why is he resigning? Okay, he said on health grant, but
I think another thing. I wouldn't know I think that seat, there should be a particular number of years attached to
the seat of chairmanship, the chairman of national.
I think there is.
Well, to my knowledge, I think it's around 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
4 or 5 years. I only spent close to 2 years now.
If a governor that swore to lead a state for 4 years, just medium, now just resign, and people see him being healthy, jumping from one place to another. It's always say on head ground. so the question will be, why can't you wait till the end of your tenure, the first tenure? So don't vie for re-election. So it is there people will know that yes, you are sincere. You mean business.
And one thing that we know about our African politicians, don't let me use Nigerian politicians now. African politicians is the sits tight syndrome of African politicians. You know, no politician in Africa that will be in a seat like that. You know, don't forget it's a ruling party, ruling APC party, to be the national chairman, and you now resign from that seat. Well, interesting days ahead.
yes. Another thing that we've not actually, a problem that we've not actually solved in the political sector of this country, the position of chairman and governor, local government chairman, president. There should be difference between the two.
Chairman of a party. The governor,
as it is now.
Okay.
Once you are the governor of a state, you become the
leader of the party.
The leader of the party.
The face of the party anywhere.
Whereas, as I learned in history, the First Republic, Second Republic, it wasn't like that. So, the chairman, we all know President Tinubu, for instance, vied under the platform of APC.
Okay.
So the party is there. So if the party is having a function, he will be there as a member of the party. So the chairman should preside over, not
raising the president above any other.
So now we now have our political office holder, the highest political office holder, be it maybe local government, state level, at the federal level, becoming the leader of the party. So they are governors and political activities. I think our constitution.
I was about to mention the constitution because we don't know what the constitution says about that. But I think for it to be like that, probably that is what the constitution states.
There are a lot of things. The constitution will say that we do not do.
Well, you don't have to play their games.
The constitution that are there. We all know this. We all know this. So now, Peter Obi. Let's go back to Peter Obi.
Okay.
He said he will only vie for once.
Once a good time of 4 years.
4 years.
Probably is there any sincerity in
that statement?
Well, we all know, just like I said at that time, African politicians, we know they are sit-tight syndrome. It's just trying to bully us, let me put it that way. It's trying to fool us to giving monkey a banana. Trying to cajole us to trying to cajole Nigerians, to what we should expect. Let me put it that way. But I know it's just a facade to say you spend just a second time of 4 years. This statement to what happened in your state when Governor Seyi Makinde, after rounding up, close to 2 years into 6 years now into his administration, is now saying the government should be serving single time of 5 years. You were there first year, you did not say it. You were there second year, you did not say it. You spent 4 years as first time governor. You were elected second time governor. You are halfway into your
last term now
administration. You are now saying it should be 5 years single time. We know what the antics. We
also have similar thing in Lagos before. I remember, I think it was Governor Fashola then, when he was the governor of the state. People were saying, okay, if you go for second time, I say it is dollars. Those who it is those two.
Well, we all know that that just it.
For me, I'm very sure Nigerians will not take that thing.
One thing about Obi that he has made to fool Nigerians in the past is that he has been a sincere person. When he was governor then, I think just after his tenure as governor, he said probably he did not use official car or something like that. There was this rumor about him then that he was sincere about his administration. That his wristwatch is some of local wristwatch. Kind of just to make him simple. Just to make him simple, make him look simple. He has been like that, because I don't even believe in that 1 year, 4 years single time that he said he will run. I don't believe in that. Politicians know what to do. How they do now. This power is sweet. If not me too, I go do and I go tell you say now 1 single time 4 years.
By the time you get there, you now start.
By the time, let me get there first.
So the cross, let me
get there first.
Okay, now. You're moving now. I think another interesting issue is PDP. APC, the husband and wife. It's just like these two parties are the major parties in the country presently. PDP has ruled for like close to how many years or 10, 15 years or thereabout. And now it is the turn of APC, and we are seeing what they are doing. So these are the two parties that really are major political parties in the country presently. And the issue of Damagum and the party, just like you said at that time, the party had been having issues since the time of Jonathan, Atiku, then, and they've not really come out of that crisis since then. They've not really come out of that crisis. They have been on this, and that is the issue. Then is still what is affecting them now, and that is why they have two factions. But I think they are trying to come together now and come up with something. I think in this their last NEC meeting that happened yesterday, I think they came up with some resolutions which I think it's good for them. Let's see how it goes. The factions they still materializing yesterday. I think initially it was all over the place in the media that that policemen, security personnel did not allow a particular faction to be present at a particular meeting, and eventually they now came together. Eventually they came together to hold a particular meeting and say.
Where did they hold? Are you in the know where they had that meeting? Because I know they sealed off the Abadaka Plaza in Abuja. Well, politicians know how to go about their thing, and they had their meeting yesterday, and they came out with a resolution absolving now reaffirming the appointment of Senator Joseph Anyanwu as the secretary of the party. And people believe that it seems maybe they are sincere now. Maybe they are now coming back to their senses. Because I think that particular Anyanwu is loyalist. So now looking at the PDP. I don't know before you go to that area, their resolution now, with them coming back together. Atiku has never relinquished his party as PDP person.
Okay, he has not told.
He has. No, I have not seen it anywhere. I think, to my knowledge, I have not seen him say he's no more a member of PDP. I think El-Rufai too is in the APC. Peter Obi is in the Labour Party. With PDP now coming together to be a strong force now. Do you see this coalition of a thing moving ahead in this? In politics, 1 second is like I wouldn't know how I put it now. Decision taken in 1 second can change anything.
Yes. No, yes, that's it.
That's another angle to read.
That's another angle to read.
You see this coalition moving ahead with this coming together of
actually brings us to this. I think there's a say that the birds of a feather flock together. So we have top political officers in the country. Atiku still PDP. He has not.
He's still there to my knowledge. Probably everything can happen in the next 5 minutes.
Supporter of coalition.
Yes.
El-Rufai still APC. Supporter of coalition. Peter Obi still
supporter of coalition. And this person too, though, is not, his face is not that up like that. Bukola Saraki.
Yes, the reconciliation chairman.
Still in the PDP and supporter of coalition as well.
Let's wait and see. I think they started with a particular meeting yesterday. I think what Nigerians will now expect them to do is if there will be a genuine reconciliation, is going to meet Wike.
If we are talking about genuine reconciliation, probably Atiku will be kind of embraced too, right?
Yeah, yes, Wike, Atiku coming together.
Wike and Atiku work together.
There's another man from our place here, Fayoshe, coming together. The thing Fayoshe even said recently that the party cannot, that the center cannot hold for the party. Whereas Wike was saying the party can still come together. So these are figures. These are figures in the party that whatever they say, people recognize.
I think the so-called problem some politicians have in that party is with the article of a person. And I see with this their kind of unity and the whatever. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Let's keep our days ahead. We are journalists. We still cover and report to the society. The general society. What is actually happening? What is happening there? Now, the search for chairman
of APC, right?
APC.
I think many groups now are now coming up to fight for their person to be the chairman. I think it was in the news some days ago that some groups were calling for Taco Almakura to be the chairman, and some people were of the view that if Kwankwaso is coming to the party, but some people were no, Kwankwaso is from NPP. If he's coming to the party, how would they make him the chairman of a national party? I mean, national chairman of a party. If someone is defected to a party and they will not make him the national chairman, some people are saying no, that will not happen.
If the governor or president of the country is the supreme commander of a party, is that impossible?
I don't think Tinubu would kind of risk that. As a chairman of the national party.
He might not pick him as a chairman of the party. Let us. He might not. But let us not forget that when politicians cross carpets, involving political anthropology, they many times,
and considering his weight,
yes, they will say it is stated in the constitution that for you to vie for a particular position, you must have been in the party for like 2 or 3 years. Okay. They will tell us some conditions have been waived.
well, I think it happened to one of our former governors in this state, Ejida Shegoni dead. When he moved from PDP to APC, he was made the Southwest vice chairman. I think vice chairman of the party. In the Southwest.
So some conditions will be waived.
We can't rule out.
So if they are waived, what are we saying?
But Bello Kwankwaso as the national chairman of the party?
Now, let us look at Kwankwaso. Has he been part of APC directly or indirectly before now? That would be the question. I think he was, if we can trace his background, yes. Once upon a time, we will trace him to PDP. Once upon a time, we trace him to CPC, that was
yes.
So you trace him to that. So if you trace him to CPC, it means he was
If we want to go by what the vice president said when admitting Uno, the governor of Akwa Ibom, right? Am I right?
Yes.
When he defected to APC, the vice president said, we don't have a new member in our midst. We are like old member. You are like a founding father of this party.
I think that settles your.
You want to go by that statement. Anything can happen. In politics, when seconds like, hey, I need to settle this.
So those things forgotten. So that is why it is always very easy for them to just.
But would the national chairman of the APC would it be taken back to Northwest? I think that was where this man Ganduje came from. Will it be taken back to that area? Let's see.
That is why Nigerians are saying the resignation of Ganduje is. There is something behind it.
Definitely, there is something.
Maybe he has other option that is different from that of the presidency. So for him to actualize his option, he might not function. It might not be possible if he still sits as the chairman of the party. Yeah. But if he steps aside or out of the party, he will be able to pursue his dream in another area.
Anyway, Nigerians forget things quickly, because if you say someone is resigning on health grant and you are coming back to do one or two things, how many have you treated yourself? Now that excuse I don't think it's a genuine excuse like that. If someone has just resigned on health grant and you are now saying you want to come back to do one or two things to lead me.
Yeah, I think it sames time is reconciliation, the spirit of reconciliation.
Okay.
The PDP, I think River State is also part of PDP once upon a time. Directly or indirectly part of PDP.
The sitting government there is still PDP.
So we have a reconciliation between Fubara and Wike.
And when we talk about that, we have to talk about godfatherism, reconciliation between Wike and Fubara. Thank God they are coming back, It's not for the benefit of the two actors involved, but for the benefit of the Rivers people. For the benefit of Rivers, when they were fighting, when these two people were at loggerheads, the Rivers people they weren't suffering. At a point they had to.
They are still suffering. But we saw that we faced up there. People are not enjoying democracy.
Yes, development in that state will go at a very, very lowest ebb. You go at a very, very lowest ebb. I'm very sure the development there will not be as it is when we have a democratically elected government there. So I think it's a good thing for the two actors to come together to kind of because of those the people involved, the people of River State involved, and don't forget that state is an oil-rich state. We have money in that state,
I think the reconciliation will be very important for Tinubu's administration.
Definitely.
People say that President Tinubu will not want the place. We
wouldn't want to lose the place in the coming election because no, as it is,
although Wike has not moved.
Because as it is now, we don't even know any opposition party in the state that may be strong to kind of push either APC or PDP away. Though Wike is in PDP, but it's just like PDP at the afternoon, APC at night.
It's on sabbatical.
Though he's in PDP, but I think sometimes ago he said it's for President Tinubu. I think he said it that next election is for President Tinubu. So if a PDP stalwart is saying he's going for APC person, I think
Soludo also said that he will support Tinubu.
Tinubu for second time. I saw Soludo is not a PDP. Soludo is in this party, ABGA. Soludo is in ABGA. So but I think for the two actors coming together, it's a welcome development. It's a good thing for them to come together for the benefit of Rivers people. And I think Flora might have missed government house seriously. It's not easy. It's not easy to be out of power. it's not easy to be out of power.
It's not that you don't taste it.
They said that it's not desperate, but we know what politicians say now. He said that it's not desperate to come back to government house. He said it at a forum while addressing the people of Rivers State. I'm referring to Fubara now, but we know politicians now. But the all we now pray for is that for the reconciliation to last. Barely 24 or 48 hours after the reconciliation, Fubara came up with a statement that the reconciliation it's heavy, but it's a thing that must occur necessarily. That is heavy but necessary.
There are conditions attached to it.
You get it now. So we are just hoping and praying that the reconciliation should be a lasting solution to the political imbroglio we already have in Rivers State now. Then we said it's heavy but necessary, and that word is pregnant.
Yes, I think time is not on our side, Demola.
Yes.
Now that might be all we'll be able to say today program. So your parting word. What are your parting words? Election is we are starting.
Our discussion today centered mainly on party reconciliation, political updates, alignment ahead of 2027 election. Well, I may not be in the right position to advise people, but in my little way, I would tell the political actors to do it gently and to play the game according to the rule.
I think they should also be sincere.
Yeah.
Sincere in their decisions.
Their sincerity and politicians are like black and white too. Anything can happen in politics. Second in politics is like an hour. It's like any decision made in 1 second can spoil and can make.
And that is why at times the statement that the grave of a political rival is not dug deep. The last statement I made by political the Amala politician of Ibadan then Adedibu. This time I remember that and what is happening between Kwankwaso and Ganduje. I don't know that. Is this not?
Kwankwaso, Ganduje, Fubara, and Wike, all these people.
Well, so that will be the size of the program today, journalist perspective. So far so good, we'll be able to say one or two things as regards political alignments and realignments in the political cycle ahead of 2027 general election. And Demola we'll be able to chat as journalists. Mm-hmm. And we do hope by next week we have another edition. And
this is our personal opinion, Abi?
Yes.
And doesn't make us a politician.
Yes. It's a personal opinion. We are discussing as journalists. Yeah. And these are what we will discuss whenever we find ourselves.
Yes. We'll just talk about it and we'll go.
What's our problem? We are not program and cover and report.
Yes.
That will be the end of our program. So, thanks for participating on the program today.
I will say thanks for having me because I'm not your guest. You are just coming to the program. Okay, you too. Thanks for participating on the program.
So, until next week, when we shall be having another edition of the program, Journalist Perspective. My name is Olushola Thomas.
And I am Ademola Adeleke. Good evening.